Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Long time no see. I got really pretty for you guys today because I just felt like getting pretty. So let's jump into the topic right at hand. Let's talk. Well, y'all know what I'm trying to say. And today's topic is growing up as a dark-skinned girl in middle school and how that was like the biggest crime you could ever do. I was raised in the United States, so it was extremely hard in terms of colorism because I was in an area that was not predominantly black. It was actually I was not raised in an area that was predominantly white. It was more predominantly black. So I was actually surrounded by people that looked like me, whereas someone who has grown up in an all-white environment, which I had the best of both worlds, because where I was born, I was also raised in a predominantly white neighborhood, which being black at that time was like segregation, damn near. And when I was raised in the United States, it completely shifted because it's like I had people around me, but there still is this like colorism, like this propaganda against, like, you know, the darker you are, the uglier you are. At the time, of course, because now being dark skinned is like, okay, thank God you're dark skinned. And it's like now the light skins are taking heat for, it's just vice versa. And the reason why I brought up this topic was because I recently was met with this black girl. And I see this cycle constantly coming back in darker skinned women. And I'll also get on why I think that this has not impacted me, but I see why that this has such a big significance on dark skinned women, self-esteem and confidence towards self. A lot of my dark skinned peers, women, I feel are constantly looking for validation. And it's not because this person wants to be noticed or attention seeking or anything like that. It's just growing up dark skin was damn near a curse at the time. And it was like people avoided you like the plague. And if someone even damn near has a crush, it almost had to be kept a secret. Like people couldn't like you. People couldn't find you attractive. Like it was like against the law, damn near. If it could, it would have. And you see that these women have extremely low self-esteem, and they actually are the living quote of fake it till you make it. Usually these women have this untouchable, and I put this into quotation, confidence when they step outside. But the more you get to know them, the more you start seeing how low self-esteem that they have. And actually, they don't even align with the vision that society or reality has for them now. Like, they don't actually believe that they're beautiful to people, but they have, like, they believe that they're beautiful for themselves. But if the exterior, like the outside people tell them, oh, you're such a beautiful woman, it comes with a lot of doubt. It comes with a lot of low self-esteem. It comes with like making yourself small again. It comes with not believing that people actually find you as attractive as they claim they do. And so you see the switch where it's like that mentality of you not being good enough as a dark-skinned woman, it's still ingrained in you so deeply because, again, all of this happened during your development years, like the years where you were going through puberty, the years where you were in elementary, the years where you were in middle school. Like, these are all years that your body is learning to know how about itself. It's knowing how to develop. It's knowing how to speak. It's knowing how to create its own, aura, own energy. And you have been fed by outsiders, people who don't even look like you, mind you. People who are not even your target audience have told you your whole life, oh, you're not that pretty. You've always been picked last. You've always been, kind of disregarded. You always had these like small little jokes, oh, if we turn our light off, we can't see her, da 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 da. It gets so reinforced into your mind that you are not a pretty girl that you actually start believing that you're not a pretty girl. Like, it's actually so insane. And so I see peers of mine who are dark skinned, and obviously this happened for a while with me as well, like having to switch from the, you know, the mentality of thinking like, well, you're not as beautiful as people claim, and you're always going to get picked class and da 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 da, whatever the case may be. I think women who were raised in Europe damn near was worse than the people who were raised in the States, because in the States it's like, it's colorism, and it comes from your own people. I actually don't know what's worse, actually, now that I'm saying it out loud, but there's this thing where it's like, you still feel like people are attracted to you. They're just not allowed to voice it out loud. And for me, it was really reinforced at home. Like, I grew up around Black love. I had, you know, older brothers. My mom was a big reinforcer of how I look. My dad was a big reinforcer of how I look. My cousins, my auntie, my uncle. Like, at home, I damn near felt like I was a queen. And then when I would step outside, well, people would be like, oh, you're so dark, and da-da-da-da. I think for me, it was like the click that I noticed that no one could ever call me ugly. It was always like speaking about things I couldn't change. I cannot just one day wake up and go, I want to be light-skinned, and I'm light-skinned. Like, that just didn't work. So clearly the issue wasn't the fact that I was ugly, it was the fact that I was a dark-skinned girl. So I was immediately categorized as ugly. And so the things that would jump out the most, because for me, I'm really speaking from a very honest perspective, because the love at home was so reinforced, those comments really never obtained me, in a sense. I did fall for the propaganda at one point in my life. I will not lie to you guys on this platform. Like, okay? The older I got, though, the harder it was to believe that being dark-skinned was considered as ugly. Being dark-skinned was considered as undesirable, unattractive, unappealing. Like, it was just not a lot of, you know, convincing that you could do, when at home it was like I was mommy and daddy's little princess. It was really hard for me to like really believe what outsiders were telling me, when my own creators were telling me like I was damn near the gold that, you know, they be searching for in the mines. Okay? And I would also see it with like small things. Like, I know we don't want to center men, but there are my target audience, because I'm a hetero woman. So it's like the men that I was around when I was being raised in the States in middle school and stuff, was like, there was attraction. It was just shame, I guess you could say, to admit that they found me attractive or things like that. So it's like, I knew I was desirable. It's just people didn't want to desire me out loud. And that is where that plays a big role. However, when I first started being raised in Europe, I saw how easy it is to think that something is drastically wrong with you. Like, nothing makes sense. Like, mind you, when I was a kid, my mom decided it was a great idea to buzz cut my hair. So I was this dark-skinned girl with short hair, kinky short hair, okay? And I was raised in a village where we were two black families. My family and another family. And I think the girl's name was Keza. Girl, if you see this video, okay, we made it. And we were the only two black families in the whole entire town. So just for you guys to get the perspective of how deep this like racism started, I would even go as far as having teachers having racist slurs towards me. And it did get to me when I was young. Like, I started building like a very big anxiousness. Like, I started becoming very anxious to go to school, speak to people, being around people, because you just immediately think that people are immediately going to put you in this bracket of like, oh, I hate you. Like, why are you here? Like, da 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 da, whatever the case may be. However, when we moved to the States and I was raised in the United States, it was so much more practical, in the sense of like, I saw my people. I saw a representation around me that looked exactly like me. It wasn't like, it why does nobody look like me? I didn't feel the need to want to turn into anything else but be myself, because I saw myself around me all the time. Whether it was like light skin, brown skin, dark skin, it was just me in just different formats. Like, so it was easy for me to like have this like confidence nonetheless and still have this esteem to myself. However, like a lot of the friends that I have in Europe, I start to realize that, you know, they still have this mentality of that little black girl that's surrounded in an all white, you know, environment, or that black girl that just has always been made to think that she's the ugly duckling of the friend group and things like that. But at first glance, when you see those black girls, you don't think like, oh, she has low self-esteem. But you see it in the men that they gravitate to. You see it in the friends that they gravitate to. You see it in the comments that they make towards themselves. You're still in that mindset that I'm this little girl that no one really likes, and people are just faking, and it's all a plethora. Like, you start not even wanting to trust people when they call you pretty, because it's just like, what the fuck? Like, no. And I wrote about this in my poetry channel, if you guys want to check it out. And I spoke about the fact that there was a time in my life where I had so much, you know, insecurities, as much as the switch in how I built that confidence to the point where, so I built it and then I lost it again. It was like this. I lost it again. And when I lost it again, I couldn't fathom the compliments that were being served to me. So I couldn't digest those, you know? I was like, no, they're lying. Like, I don't see it. I don't understand how people view me like this, da 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 da, whatever the case may be. And it didn't matter what the compliment were. I just was not agreeing with them. Subconsciously, of course, like, yeah, in conscious, like, I'm sitting here laughing with the person and I'm giggling and whatnot, and we're, you know, oh my God, thank you so much, da da da, whatever the case may be. It's like there's this like hidden energy behind myself that I had, where I wouldn't believe that these people actually found me attractive. There's even situations when I was like, you know, in my early teens, where I had men that looked so attractive be attracted to me, and the people around me subconsciously still categorized me, you know, as this, like, you're not that pretty to be attracting this caliber of men. And it's crazy, because as much as this impacts black women as a direct, the people around you that grew up seeing that impact on black women believe that you can only obtain a certain caliber of people in your life. You can't go past that caliber that I've seen you be placed in. And then you also believe that you cannot go past that caliber that you have had people place you in. So it's like immediately you just assume, like, are you sure you like me? Like, your vision okay? And I remember late high school, I think I had this guy that, you know, showed interest in me. Very attractive man, okay? And I had a friend, I had showed her who he was, and she goes, you sure he's not trying to play you? But it's like, I don't even think she meant any ill intent, because it's not racism, it's probably ignorance at best, but immediately you shrink what I look like to your perception of beauty, so you cannot comprehend why somebody that looks like that would be attracted to someone that looks like me. And people will constantly project that to you, like on you as a black woman. Like, I don't understand what he sees in her. I don't understand why he's with her. I don't understand. Listen, like Jill Scott said, everything ain't meant for you to understand. Okay? So, what you don't know, you can't say. And you just gonna have to back away, because no one is gonna really understand how easy it is to step down on a black woman's confidence. It's the easiest thing to do, because we've been dealing with it since we were kids. Like, it's so easy for comments to get to you like this, like, It does not matter what was said. It could be the slightest comment, even passive aggressive. Things don't even go past you anymore as a black woman. You hear it, you know it, you feel it, the tone, you just know how to analyze when someone is being like sneaky towards you. And so you build this, shell of like protection where it's like damn near you don't even let people play on your playground no more. You don't want to stick around for the end result, and it's easier to cut off people than to deal with people. And two things can happen, right? Usually women that I've noticed around my circle that deal with that are very low self-esteem but look like they have a very high confidence, 9 times out of 10, two things happen. They become the strictest person you will ever meet. Like, I'm talking a tight ship, a very tight ship. Like, you're not going to sit up here and play with her for too long. Or you have a very, 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 very insecure individual that allow men to play with her and toy with her because she just wants to be wanted. She's craving for attention isn't the right word, but affection, intimacy, vulnerability. Like, she just wants somebody to love her for her. And it's sad because it's like having to explain that to somebody from an outside perspective, even in the black community, like brown skinned people probably don't even understand what dark skinned people go through, and light skinned people damn near don't even know what brown skinned and dark skinned people go through. Like, there's like levels to this, but light skinned people have their own challenges indeed. But this, it's almost so hard to explain like how easy it is to enter a cycle of just wanting to be validated constantly and constantly. Some people, as dark-skinned women, it's like sometimes you get to this point in your life where you don't even know how to have your own opinion because you just want to be like. You want to be like. You don't want to be a Kanye West, okay? You want to be a Jay-Z, okay? You want to be the type of person that people like. You want to be the type of person that people you're agreeable. You don't even have your opinion as a black woman. You think, and I say think because now that I've snapped out of it, it honestly does not matter if you decide to tell somebody the truth or not. People are going to like you because they like you. There's no other way around it. But because of how dark-skinned women were raised, you think that if you go against what somebody say or you're not an agreeable person, you fall into the bracket of you're a difficult black woman, or you so strict, or you I don't know, like they just put you in this box of like you're such a difficult black woman, like you so bitter, da 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 da, and whoop de whoop de whoop, and whole time it's like, no, I'm just putting boundaries because if a white woman had came and gave you the same boundaries that I just applied, you would have just nodded along. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay. So me applying these boundaries to you now makes me a mean girl, then so be it. But that has to be like really reinforced. So that's all I had to say on this topic, guys, because I'm drawing a blank and I don't want to just keep rambling. But I hope you guys like this video. Please comment and tell me what you guys think. This is, I think, a very sensitive topic, so please be mindful about what you say in the comments. Please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and send this video to somebody that you feel like should hear this, or if it's you, then send it to yourself, because it's important to be reminded that at the end of the day, as a black woman, you did nothing wrong to the world. So just live. And I'll tag the video about confidence that I made a couple of weeks ago, referring to that. So I hope you guys have an amazing day, and I hope you guys love this video. Please don't be scared to comment, guys. I don't eat nobody, all right? And I'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys.